Welcome back, boss. So you're wondering what you need to know for building a team for your business. As a small business owner, there is a lot on your plate. And the faster that you can get other people helping you with that, the faster that you'll grow, the more sustainable growth will be, and the less stressed out you'll be. However, speaking from experience and working with a lot of different types of businesses, you never quite feel ready to make that next hire. Like, you're never looking at it going, hey, we have this pocket of money sitting around. We should probably hire someone next. It's not really the way that it goes. So in today's video, we are going to dig into how you can, wherever you're at, whatever your budget is, how you can start hiring and build the dream team. I'm Amy Walker, and I help small business owners and entrepreneurs be able to grow their businesses through organic marketing, sustainable sales, and scaling strategies. Being understaffed is the worst. Let's be honest. When you don't have enough help, you take on the burden, and all of that falls back on you as the business owner. This can be really overwhelming and frustrating. And there's a few reasons why people tell me they don't hire. One, they can't afford it. Number two, they don't have time to train somebody else. Number three, there's not enough good people available as applicants. And so they think it's just easier to keep doing it myself. However, when you buy into that, you will forever be stuck at the same level you're at. And if you want growth, we've got to figure out how to build this team. It's really not about the budget. It's really not about the applicant pool. It's really not about the time. It's really about you don't have a good hiring process in place. And that's what we're going to dig into today. This video, I'm going to warn you, is kind of a whole enchilada video. You are going to want to watch the whole thing because each of these steps are super important. And if you stick with me until the end, I am going to show you how to save money on your payroll and what the process looks like to get the right people in place. And if you don't stay until the end, it's kind of like taking the whole enchilada and being like, I'm not going to eat that guacamole. And that's just a shame. Everyone should eat the guacamole. So the very first thing I want to explain is that there are 4 types of hires. You have a strategist, which is going to be the most expensive. This is like the $4 sign. Then you have the manager, which is going to be the next most expensive. They could be the $3 sign. And then you have the producer, and they're going to be the $2 sign. And then you have the implementer. So they're the cheapest. They're going to be the $1 sign. Now, the strategist is somebody who they know exactly what you need to do. They know how to come up with the business strategy. They know how to guide the growth. Like, they are the one who is going to be able to propel you forward. The manager is going to manage systems or people. The producer already knows the skills of what you need them to do, and they're ready to jump in and go to work. And the implementer is somebody who is teachable, trainable. They're a good employee. They're willing to work hard, but you're going to have to show them and train them the step-by-step of the processes. What most small business owners do is they recognize that they need all of that help. And so they do what I call hiring the middle. So they'll just go and they find a good person, someone who's kind of between manager and producer, and they pay them to do all of the work. This is the wrong way to hire because you're going to spend so much more. Let's just take a look at one example, which would be your business finances. Your strategist would be like your tax planning strategist, your financial planner, your accountant. Those would be the 3 different types of strategists that you need in your finance department. The manager would be maybe the accountant or a bookkeeper. The producer would probably be like a skilled finance assistant. And an implementer would be somebody that works on your admin team maybe, and you train them on how to do the bookkeeping tasks. So when you are looking at this, what a lot of people do is they say, I can't really afford to pay my tax strategist every month. I can't really afford to pay my financial planner that regularly. So I'm just going to hire a bookkeeper, and then I'm only going to have my accountant and the other people look at my stuff once a year. And so they're paying $40, $50, $60, $75 an hour every single month, and they're only paying the high amounts once a year. That is going to cost you more money. What if we flipped this and we hired high and we hired low? So what if we did a finance assistant, somebody who is experienced in finance and they know how to keep your books clean, they've done this before, and you're gonna hire them again in an area of the country because they can be virtual where it's not that expensive. So you could pay that person like $16 an hour, and they could work for you consistently, keeping your books perfectly, beautifully in order. And then you could actually afford to spend more talking with your strategist more frequently on your tax strategy so that they are proactively saving you money and showing you where to put things and where to move things, so that at the end of the year, it's not like oh, well, here's your tax bill. Sure made a lot of money this year. It's like here's how much we saved you because we've been working together ongoing throughout the year. It's going to save you so much money. If you are digging this content and you want more like it, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification. And like the video, because I like when you like what we all like. So let's like. So understanding who you need in which positions and maximizing the less expensive labor. I'm telling you, if it can be done by somebody for cheaper, it needs to be done by somebody for cheaper. With the virtual hiring market, you can literally hire somebody to work for you for 2 hours a week. It's a side gig for them. We're not talking about 20-hour-a-week hires anymore. 40-hour-a-week hires anymore. There are a lot of people out there that are gigging in the evenings after they've done their full-time job. So find those people and only buy the amount of support and hours that you need. It's going to save you a ton of money. Now, here's my number one rule for small business owners and entrepreneurs. Everyone on your team needs to be responsible for outcomes and roles, not tasks. If you have a bunch of people on your team who only are responsible for tasks, at the end of the day, all decisions are going to come back to you. You will still be responsible for all results inside of your company, and you don't have anyone else who takes accountability. So shifting this in your culture and in like the fabric of your company is going to make your life so much easier. Here's the difference. If I have somebody who is supposed to be doing collections on accounts receivable, and I have somebody who is only responsible for tasks, what will happen is I'll say, how are we doing on accounts receivable this month? And they'll be like, oh, it's done. What does that mean? I called everybody. I left messages. No, that does not mean it's done. Done means we collected everything, right? If I have somebody who considers themselves responsible for the outcome and the role, I'll say, so how are we doing on accounts receivable? And they'll say, these are the people that we contacted this week. These are the people that have paid. Here's the people who are still in progress, and here's what we're doing to get those collections done. It is a very different ball game to have a bunch of people who do tasks versus a team full of people who are responsible for outcomes. The next major piece of you being able to build your dream team is understanding the hiring order. Who do you need now? Who do you need next? I recommend that you start off your very first hires usually are going to be people who are doing low cost, high value tasks for you. So this means they're not expensive labor, and it's going to be easy for them to generate more than they make. Great examples of this are virtual marketing assistants who help you with lead generation, and also appointment setters who help you get more qualified sales calls on your calendar. Because both of those things are going to help you increase sales, and then you use that money to be able to hire the next round of team members. So the next step that you're going to do is you're going to create what I call your overwhelm list, all right? These are all of the places in your business that you feel like under-supported, you need help, and you're drowning in them a little bit. Once we create the list, now we're going to start sorting through and figuring out who do we need to hire first. So I want you to look at a couple of things. On that list, what are the tasks that actually make the business money? What are the tasks that don't make the business money? We're going to wait on the ones that don't make the business money, and we're going to start focusing on the ones that do. Then within those tasks of things that make us money, we're going to separate them out into what are the different types of hires, because I am not a fan of the one size fits all hire. For example, when people say, I want to hire a virtual marketing assistant, what does that mean? Is it somebody who edits videos? Is it someone who creates social media content? Is it a graphic designer? Is it a copywriter? Is it somebody who does lead generation tasks and just does all of the little things that you need done in your marketing campaigns? Who exactly are we hiring? Because they're very different skill sets. Or maybe it's someone who builds landing pages, right? It is not a one size fits all experience. So once we know the tasks that need to be done, we can kind of group them according to skill set. And we do want to find somebody who's versatile as much as possible. I have a couple of people on my team, like my video editor only does video editing and only does graphic design. But in general, I like my team to be able to handle like 3 to 5 different tasks and be a little bit multi-talented. Not that my video editor is not multi-talented, that's just literally all that I need him to do. So once we've kind of created the job, now we need to figure out, can this be an independent contractor or does it need to be an employee? The way that you decide that is there's specific rules, and you need to look it up and simply follow the rules. If it's possible for the job to be an independent contractor job, I make it an independent contractor job. I will even make accommodations in how I envision the job playing out so that I can hire an independent contractor. Because again, I want to hire people to do the exact amount of hours for the exact tasks that I need to do, and having that many employees set up is going to increase my costs. The next question I ask myself is, does this need to be a US-based position or can it be hired out overseas? There are some of both. So anything that I can hire out overseas, I do, because it decreases the cost of my labor so that I can afford to hire the people that really do need to be inside my local area. Actually, that's not true. My local area has more cows than people, so I don't really hire inside my local area, but I do hire inside of the US. I hope you can tell that I am actually really passionate about helping entrepreneurs and small business owners create their dream team. This is the difference between staying small and staying that tight, stressed out feeling of never being able to get to the other end of peace and prosperity. And I want you to have that dream team. So if this is something that you need some help with, one of the first areas we can start with is, again, those inexpensive, high value tasks. I have a sales and marketing GPS that you can fill out, and it's going to help you analyze where you're at and what your holes are in your sales and marketing. It's going to also give you an improvement plan. This could be your starting point for figuring out what positions you need to hire and what tasks you need them to do. So the link is down below. I recommend that you go and take that, grab it, fill it out, and let's get this party started. So we've talked a lot about what you need for building a team, but I didn't really have time to go into the actual hiring process. That's the next video I want you to go watch, how to hire good employees for small business. I can't wait to see you over there.